Hey guys, your girl Jay.
It's your boy Gertie.
And we're the Disney Gillespies. I hope you guys had a wonderful week. I know we did. Today is Sunday. And we haven't done a Sunday post in a few Sundays. So, we just did our first live, which was super fun. And I think Sundays we are going to have worship Sundays, but I don't know, something in my spirit feels like I'm just going to get on in the morning and when I'm getting ready for work. I might not say a word, but I'm going to play some music. And if you want to join, you can. If you don't want to, you don't have to. It's okay, because I'm still going to praise the Lord either way, right?
Right.
So on today, on my way to work, something came across my YouTube. And when it came across my YouTube, I watched it and it was such foolishness. I sent it to my husband, and as much as we said we're going to try to stay away from speaking about social media topics, this one really hit me because and it's funny because on Friday when I did my Bible study, they were teaching about fear of the Lord, right? And I've been heavily speaking about reverence and respect. And if anybody knows me, just on just a basic human level, I always say that respect is important. Like, you don't have to love me, you don't have to like me, but just respect me, right? I've always said that. Because if you have respect, will take you further than anything else, right? You walk into a room and they say you have manners. That's what they say. Oh, you know, this child is this, but they're so mannerly. They have respect. Like, they remember that. They remember your behaviors, your characteristics, your mannerisms, right? And this lady really just like, and I'm not going to put her up on the video. We're not going to put up on the video. We're not going to put her TikTok up because I just don't think that type of behavior need any more exposure. She's done enough. But to give a brief synopsis, like, she goes to a church. She volunteered at her kids' church. And in Sunday school, and she said she did it because she wanted to be around her children and see them celebrate the Lord. Right. I kind of get that, but I don't get that. But before I get into my opinion, let me go ahead and get everything out, right? So she's a TikTok creator, and she does some sketchy things, right? Some things that are not church appropriate, right? So she takes a straw and acts like she's sniffing a line, but you know, talking about her dealer, but she's actually like drinking soda. Then she has her head in the lower extremities of her husband's outside, and they're like, what are we gonna eat for breakfast? And it's just a little sexual innuendos and things of that nature. She uses just very unclean language. It's just not becoming of someone that is a representation of a church, right? So what we're gonna talk about today is one, should there be guidelines, right, from your church life opposed to your everyday life, or what you do for a living opposed to what you do or what church you are a part of? Like, should the church have the right to tell you if you do A, B, C, D, you can be a part of my church, you can't be a part of my church, right? And then how far is too far? Yeah. So, I'm going to open up the floor to you. When you saw her, what did you think about it?
When I saw it, I was like, what the world did my wife just send me? Then I'm watching it. As I'm watching it, I'm listening, and I'm like, that's crazy. The church said, they didn't say you couldn't be in the church. They said you could come to church, you can be a part of the church, but you can't be the face of the church.
Quick correction. They said she could volunteer in any other capacity, but not with the children.
Yeah, not with the children, which I get it, because when you're taking a straw, sniffing it like you sniffing a line, and you're using all this different type of language and doing other obscene gestures, but then outside of you being on social media, you're around kids teaching them about God. But the thing about social media, kids end up seeing it regardless. When a lot of times they ask you about what's called parental control.
Yeah, parental guidelines and parental controls.
You can have it on, kids still find a way to see it. So now, what kind of example are you setting for them? And kids, they like sponges. they pick up quick and mimic things. So I get why people didn't want her around their kids. Like, that's why when I seen her, like, why are you mad?
Right. So, I'm sorry.
Oh, no, go ahead.
So for me, it was, I remember, and this is my conviction, right? And this is my clarification of my conviction, and this is my growth, right? I remember years ago there was a lady that did OnlyFans, but they stopped her from like being a part of like the school's committee or whatever the case may be. And I'm like, well, what does one have to do with the other? And then I there was another story about a teacher that was an exotic dancer and she was released from her duties. And I'm just like, what does that have to do with personal life? But that was in the world eyes, right?
Right.
Now that I'm walking and I'm a believer and God is making my crooked path straight, and I'm learning more and I'm growing, I'm seeing why it is a problem, right? And the reason why it's a problem is because whether it's, first of all, adults cannot control themselves, right? We hear a lot of the times that when you say, well, a woman shouldn't dress like that in church because, you know, there are men in the church that might not be strong enough. And I'm just like, well, they should close their eyes. But then if you're causing a temptation or a lust for something, then you're equally as responsible as the person that's lusting after you because you're giving them something to lust after. Okay, I get it, right? So now, like I said, as I'm growing in my mature mind, God is like, yeah, but if she's representing me, right? And kids imitate their authorities or someone they look up to. And a lot of the times kids love their teachers, right?
Oh, yeah.
Because they're teachers of the fun people. And I'm talking about ages like grade school 3 and below. That's when they really don't have real school, right? They have cupcakes, they have nap time, they're coloring, it's crayons, it's ABC, 1, 2, 3. It's not real school. So it's fun time. They get to play with their friends and things of that nature, right? So of course they'll love Miss So-and-so. Or Mrs. So-and-so, right? And parents teach them to listen to your teachers. They're going to tell you what to do. They're going to tell you right. They're like mommy when mommy's not around. You have to give them respect. You do what they tell you to do, right? So a lot of the times what do teachers tell children? Follow me. So subconsciously, the kids are picking up, I need to follow what you're telling me to do, right? So to go back into this lady, right? You're thinking that it ends with social media, right? Once you hit end, it ends there. But it goes out to the world. And you may monitor your kids' social media content, but everybody doesn't, right? And somebody else's, so I could have this one, right? And I put parental controls on it for my child. Boom. But then somebody else's parent give little Susie a phone with no parental control. So my child, we're going to call her Diamond, right? Out of all names. Diamond has parental controls. Susie doesn't, right? So Diamond and Susie are in the same class, and Susie pulls up the Sunday school teacher sniffing a straw. So even though you're protecting Diamond, Susie just exposed her, not on purpose, inadvertently, to something that the Sunday school teacher thought that she kept hidden because it's an adult world, and you thought your child was protected from because you put on parental controls, but every parent is not you. So now your kid is sitting in the backseat of the car with a McDonald's straw, acting like it's, and they're sniffing it, and you're just like, well, where did you get that from? And it's not you, it's the environment that they're in. Which goes back to the environment in church. And church is supposed to be a safe space. If anything a child want to pick up from an authority figure or someone that they admire and they look up to, it shouldn't be sniffing a straw. It should be, Jesus loved me, yes I know, for that. It shouldn't be your Sunday school teacher head in ill, because you know kids, ill, that's nasty, in the Sunday school teacher's husband, even though you're in a marital bed, nothing is defiled. Okay, whatever. That's not your bed. And your head is there. And then now here she goes with her little unknowing self, right? innocent and do the same thing, and then mom want to give her a pop when it's her Sunday school teacher that taught her this. So yes, as an adult, you can have any kind of life that you want to have.
Right.
You can do whatever you want. I don't listen. You want to run in the middle of traffic and play in traffic? That is fine. But when you are in such a close circumference to children that are going to look up to you and admire you, and you are a staple, right? You are a pillar in their growth, and that's what they can possibly see in you. I wouldn't want you around my child after, right? Absolutely. And I'm just going to close it with this, and I'm going to let you jump back in because I can run my mouth clearly. And this is innocent, right?
Right.
Mothers. We're talking about mothers. We have that Aunt Flo comes and visits us, right? Sometimes we want her to go on vacation, but she's just not every 28 to 31, right? And we'll be putting on the necessary armor. And then all of a sudden you see your kid or your niece or somebody that you think you're hiding from or don't have an understanding imitating the same thing. You're just like, what do you know about that? And you laugh about it because it's cute and they really don't understand what they're doing. But just that quick, they pick up and they want to do what you're doing, right? So you have to protect your children. And then outside of that, because that's a no-brainer, but clearly I'm going to keep that to myself. That's a no-brainer, right? And then she said something like, the church should have pulled her aside, and she compared herself to Peter and the apostles and said they weren't right and all this other stuff, and that's all great. We all do that. And then she said, well, they just shouldn't have said anything and just prayed for us on the side. So you don't want ownership and accountability. That's all it boils down to. You want people to just look at you, let you do what you do, pray from you from afar. And that's fine. But you can't get mad when they put you out and pray for you from afar. Right? And then it goes back to, and this is really, 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 really what I want to get to. We that claim that we are believers are such trash sometimes. Right. And I say this so lovingly. Like, we really walk with a sense of entitlement to God that is disgusting. Right? What we do is we build up a pile of trash and be like, he's going to forgive us. I can pray. We can repent. And we dump it in his lap and beg for him to fix it. Right? And then we go back out and we build up some more trash and dump it in his lap for him to fix it because I know God and I love God and I'm a believer and it's okay if I mess up Monday through Saturday because on Sunday I can make it all right. And it's like, y'all are crazy.
Yeah.
Y'all are crazy. Y'all are like nuts. Y'all are just like, and she's like, well, don't say nothing for me, pray for me, but you're a representation of God. You represent God. You're saying you're a children's church leader. You're teaching kids about the Bible. In your behavior, you need a book thrown at you. Like, you need to, like, a psychiatric book. Not a jail book. Like, seriously, because it's like, what makes you think in your mind that is okay? Like, what makes you think you can do these things and then turn around and say, yeah, I'm for God? And then you wonder why the world is like, and don't come with that, well, you should worry about the outside world. God is going to deal with the outside world. You should worry about believers. Well, she claims she a believer, right? So what makes you think that as a believer, that's acceptable? Like, I don't even understand what makes you think that that behavior is right and you can do both.
Right.
But that's because a lot of the leadership in the church aren't leading properly. And because the fish rots from the head. I say this all the time. And if the leadership is falling apart, right, it starts to go down. And we seeing left, right, and center that the church leadership is just under attack because they give things to be attacked about, right?
Right.
So now, well, if the pastor's doing this and the apostle's doing this and the bishop is doing this, and I've seen leaders in the pulpit cursing and carrying on and talking about fighting and what they've done in their beds, and wishing people to unalive and praying for God to unalive people, and it's just like, well, if they act like that, how do you expect other people to act? But then again, you didn't, like, are you really a believer?
Yeah.
Do you understand what a believer is? Like, do you understand? Do you really get what a believer is? So for me, I'm just like, I'm glad the church took her aside. I was like, yeah, no, you can't do this. You can do anything else, but we got to protect our kids.
Right.
Because kids nowadays are nuts anyway. So we got to protect the good ones we have left, right?
Right.
And they didn't look at it as, well, she's a creator, which means if she gets popular and go viral, she can bring more people to the church. They're like, nah, we don't want you to be the face of our church. We don't want this type of energy.
Nope.
No. We're representing God. And if you're not representing God, we're not saying goodbye, but we're saying that you can't represent us in this way and you can represent us in that way. You can come. We'll pray for you, but we have to revise your position.
Yeah.
And the same way the church revised her position and placement, she keep playing. God is going to revise her position and placement too. Right? So, I'm done. People need to just have more reverence and respect. That's it. Because that was all it was. She doesn't have respect. Even she don't have respect for the church. She doesn't have respect for God, because even in her conviction, she tried to condemn the church. And instead of saying, well, I'm sorry, let me try to do better. Let me see what I can do to get back in. Let me see the error of my ways. Let me figure out what they're talking about. I might not agree with it, but let me step out of my emotions and my feelings and see what they're talking about so we could come to some common ground. They didn't oust the church. They didn't say goodbye. They said, we just have to reposition you because of how you're positioning yourself in the world.
Exactly.
And rightfully so.
Yeah, rightfully. Because, like we always talk about, you can't have one foot in the world and one foot in the church. It's either or. You got to pick a side. And that's what a lot of us struggle with as Christians. Like, we want to be Christians. We want to serve God. But every once in a while, we still have that big toe in the world. We still want to be a part of the old us that should be getting rid of. You know, and that's what this situation is. Like, yes, you're in church with your kids. Yes, you're trying to teach God, but also you being of the world, which you can't do. No. You cussing, you making these videos that's not Christian-like, but you're mad at the church for taking actions because they're holding their standards to a high quality. You know, if you're going to be in church, you're going to teach these kids, you're going to talk about God, you're going to try to bring people to church, you're going to try to give people to be closer to God. You can't tell them to pray on Sunday and then Monday you sniffing a straw like it's drugs. You can't tell them on Sunday God died on the cross for them, the clean they slate, the make their slate clean by dying for their sins, but Tuesday you're cursing worse than a sailor. You can't sit here and quote every scripture in the Bible, but then making sexual explicit comments. Anything going on between your husband is between you and your husband. It's not for the world. You know, it's all about how you're going to carry yourself. And like my wife always say, if you can't say or do it in front of God, don't do it. Don't do it. There's a time and place for everything, but once you sit there and make the sound decision, okay, I'm going to follow God. I'm going to tell people about God. I'm going to teach people about God. I'm going to bring people closer to God. Then you got to be willing to make a sacrifice.
But respecting yourself is that much of a, like, I don't understand how respect is such a big sacrifice. Like, I just whatever.
Respect. You supposed to respect yourself and others. That's not a sacrifice, but I'm just saying, like, you have to sacrifice the world.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, that's what sacrifice I'm talking about. Like, if you don't respect
No,
yourself,
I know.
if you don't respect yourself, then there's some personal stuff going. You really need to talk to God before you talk to anybody. If you don't love or respect yourself, you definitely need to talk to God.
But in the video, her kids, she was trying to get them to say H-E double hockey sticks.
Just about to get to that.
And the kids was just like,
they paused and she said it again, like, you're gonna say it.
like,
And I think the husband said something because then she looked away and laughed it off and like, oh no, y'all ain't gotta say it.
like, when your kids know better than you, when your kids should be driving you to Sunday school. Maybe then you shouldn't ask why they took you away. You shouldn't be leading anything. You should be in the Sunday school class with your kids.
You know what you need to be? What's that show they used to have come on TV? Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader?
You need to pull up a seat and get you a book. They have colorful ones. Excuse all the paper. These are my writings. Get you some markers. We gotta take you back to the basics. And you sit there. Okay? Probably get one of these little cards, right? How they do. Sunday, see little cat? Right? And everything up here is God. And, you know, you like cats. And then you write what you learned in Sunday school. And you give it to your mommy. It's clearly you need to start all over again.
Start from scratch.
Because I'm trying to be nice. Not trying to be nice. I'm going to say something as, I am just so glad. I am so glad.
What are you glad about?
It was a melanin lacking person. So glad. Wasn't one of us. That brings me so much joy. That was a get back. No.
I didn't say that.
I saw your face and I said joy. Because no, they took us out. The girl with taking the abortion pill on Mother's Day. That video going viral. That set us back about 40 years, right? So now we've evened the playing field. Right? Why are you laughing?
Because you're so serious.
And then Cheyenne Bryant.
Oh, Lord.
Bless her heart. And I'm just like, when are we going to stop?
Still ain't got no transcripts.
So, right now, she seems like a slice of pie
compared to
this
her
nut job. Okay? So, I would take it. That's a win for the melanin people at this point. Because that foolishness from her, do it again. Is there another one? Because we two at one. We got the abortion girl and the Bryant. Now we got one. We need another one.
We need one more. We got to tie this thing up.
Because this is ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
It is.
Mm-hmm. I know you're like, why she making jokes? Because it's stupid. Stupid is in the Bible. Is it?
I don't know.
Stupid fools. Yes, it is. I have to think real hard. Sometimes I'll be putting things in the Bible. I have to go back and read it. Because my brain, I have a very, okay, so this is like such a sidebar because I'm done talking about this lady and we're about to be 25 minutes in. Like, I have a very imaginative mind. You can say 2 words to me and I can make up a whole story. My husband said it the other day. He was just like, yo, dude, you should really be writing books because you really, like, go with a whole story and it really makes sense. And, like, I have him drawn in. And I think sometimes you gotta be like, yo, this chick is not really telling the truth. Like, this is something she's making up. So, yeah.
She had me confused sometimes. She said something like, did I say that? Like, she will have you confused. She would say you say something. You know for a fact you ain't say it, but the way that she say it.
If you don't know what you said, I don't know. That's a you thing. That ain't a me thing. Okay. All right. So I wanted to lighten it up because I just felt like this is dumb. I believe that adults, we need to do better.
Yes.
I believe as parents, we need to do better.
Right.
And I believe as believers, we need to do 80 times better, right?
Yeah.
Because if we walk with intention, right? We're intentional about our walk. We're intentional about our relationship with God. Everything else behind will fall into place, right? So I feel like people are taking this walk with God so jovial and light, and I got time. I'll fix it tomorrow. Well, if I'm making money from it, so God is blessing me, and the devil blesses you to blind you. I've said it. I've said it for many years.
Yeah.
Fruit is not based off of. I'm sorry, I'm slamming my phone. Fruit is not based off of your living situation, the car that you drive, the house that you have, the husband that you get. Because sometimes the kids that you have. Because let me tell you something. Sometimes dumb people, they make you. I birthed you. Why? You know, sometimes you might have a spouse and be like, God, did you really? Did I really hear you in fasting? Sometimes you have no. Let's. You got me. Listen.
I ain't say nothing. I ain't say not one word.
Listen. You know, this is why I get in trouble. This is why I say, when people be like, you're supposed to be this big thing in the church, no. Because I'm too honest. I am too honest. I don't want any titles. The furthest I will go is minister. And that's because we're all supposed to minister. But back to what I was saying, because I'll talk clearly, because we almost 30 minutes in. And I said we was wrapping this up 17 minutes in. So, be the glory.
Let it loose.
You know, I just think we need to really reevaluate this thing called life and really reevaluate our relationship that we say we have with God, because we are failing.
Yeah.
And the world is beating us at the respect they have for their Lord. And I know that sounds crazy, right? People that say, I'm not having anything to do with God, I'm going to be whatever, right? Of the world. They're doing it with excellence. They're doing it to the best of their ability. They're like, I'm not half-stepping. When I step up on the scene, like, yeah, you're going to know I'm in this world. And we that claim we're believers want to come like wet noodles. We come with wet noodle faith and wet noodle behavior. Right? The wet cold noodles.
That was the worst.
With the little slime.
Oh.
You know, wet cold noodles.
Nobody want that.
With a little slime on it. Oof. That's what we walk in and walk as believers. And then we bring our wet noodle self and go to God. And that's what we want to feed him.
Mm-mm.
As our faith and our reverence and our respect for him.
Yes.
You know, when you chew on wet noodles, what do? Spit it, right? Spit it out. Ugh, it's nasty. Yuck, pooey. Pooey. Why are you laughing? I am so serious.
I know. Okay.
No, you can laugh. It's okay. Because, no. I hope y'all laugh the same way. And he'd be like, I don't know you.
Right.
Depart from me, I don't know you. And what did he say? You're neither hot nor cold.
Mm-hmm.
You're in the middle. Spew you out your mouth.
You don't do lukewarm.
Yeah, because it's disgusting.
Yes.
And that's like what y'all bring him. Wet noodle with the clogged, coagulated water and the starch. Yeah. Here, God. I love you. Thank you. Oh, I still want to get in. And when you...
He gonna
Right?
spit out his mouth. He already told you. He already told you.
Remember. That's not just for you. That's for all of us.
Yeah.
That's all of us, right? So, I'm done. I'm really done this time.
Yeah, you sure?
I think so.
Okay, you got something else to say, man. I encourage you. I encourage this message. But nah, just to piggyback off of that, I'ma just say, like, put your armor on. Get your Bible, put your armor on. Cause what the song say, we in the army of the Lord. And he need real Christians. He with the world say big steppers. Need big steppers for the Lord. You know what I'm saying? Like there's actually.
Don't even tell him that. Lord Jesus, don't get me started with it.
we need soldiers for God. You know, not the ones that's only Christians on Sundays. Not the only one that's Christians doing Bible study, revival, vacation Bible school. When y'all go visit, do the anniversaries and stuff. Are you gonna be the same Christian on Monday when that job getting on your nerves? Are you gonna be the same Christian when your kids driving you crazy and you wanna throw them off the balcony? Are you gonna be the same Christian when your mind is about to be split in 1,000 pieces? With the
we need to take it back to old school.
With the lady we listen to?
That's it, that's all.
With the lady we listen
No.
to?
And I'm done. This is my mic. I'm about to drop it, okay? We need to take it back to old school, right? When you sat in church, you didn't say nothing. We had testimony Sunday by the old lady that we don't know what she's talking about, but we give her respect and reverence. We need to take it back to you being in school Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, right? You go twice on Sunday. We need to take it back to you with stockings to church. We need to take it back to your skirts go below your knees, the white shirt, black skirts. We need to take it back to your grandmama taking you because your mama at home hung over, but then mama become a grandmother and take your kids. We need to take it back to then when you sit down in church and you just shut up. Because when we were that way, we were very respectful. But when we started giving it a little bit, oh, you don't have to come with stockings. You know what? You don't have to come with a jacket. Your arms could be out. Oh, yeah. You can come this way. You come that way. They gave Christians an inch. I'm not a Christian. I'm a believer. Okay? You don't know what it means? Email me. I explain it to you. I walk with Christ. I believe Christ. I am not a Christian. I'm not into religion. I'm into my faith. Anyway, moving right along. All right? My husband a Christian. I'm a believer. Either way, same God. Just different, whatever. Right? We need to take it back to that because y'all lost your mind. That's it. That is all. I'm sick of y'all. Y'all went noodles. And diabetes run in my family, so I don't need any carbs anyway. With that being said, not for everyone, for someone. Click the like, share, subscribe button. Okay?
Just cut me off.
Finish. I'm sorry.
We're Disney Gillespie's.
No, finish what you say. I'm sorry. You're right. I didn't cut you off.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I'm just so irritated with these people. I'm just talking about this.
I didn't do it though.
I know. I'm sorry.
I get shot in the crosshair.
You did. You are your brother's keeper, because that ain't my sister. You closer to her melanin than me. Yeah, you like
we the same melanin.
No, we not. You lighter than me.
I'm like caramel mocha.
But you still lighter than me. You higher up on the color line. She closer to you than I am. Go get your sister.
That ain't my sister.
Look at you. Go get her.
I got one sister right there. My other sister.
I didn't mean it like that. Oh my God.
My sister's in Bowie, Maryland.
No, that's my sister. What you talking about? I don't share.
Ask her, do she got a brother? Tasha like, Curtis.
She will not.
Okay.
She would say brother-in-law or brother-in-love. It's my sister.
I take it.
I don't share. She's mine.
Trust me, I know.
With that being said,
This is my house.
because I could care less what you're talking about over there.
I ain't say that. Y'all witnesses. Y'all witnesses. I got witnesses.
I'm always a lady.
Always.
With that being said, we're the Dizzy Gillespies. Peace. Oh, and Minnie Mouse says, be kind.
Be kind.
Be kind.
Amen.